Let's talk about limerence. So, limerence is a strong desire of reciprocity. It feels like a to be continued love story in your heart, and it's an obsession that you just can't get this person out of your head. It is involuntary. You don't want to think about them. And what sucks about limerence is that it usually happens during a separation. You're like, why isn't that I can't just forget about this person even though they did me wrong? Why is it a lot of the times it's because you haven't taken accountability for why you still continued that relationship, how you got into that relationship, why you got into that relationship, and you keep magnifying the best parts of that person to suit your own personal needs or your dreams or your own it's almost like you try to fit the good parts of them to benefit you. And it usually happens at night. It does happen in the day, but it happens at night. And it also happens when you haven't been taking care of yourself properly. It's almost like you start like losing trust in yourself and start trusting this relationship and its inconsistency. And it happens also because when you were younger, you had so much inconsistency in your life. And then when you got out of that and you became consistent with yourself, you thought to yourself, well, if I get in a relationship with the consistency I have right now, I mean, we could shoot straight to the moon. We could rule the world together. But unfortunately, when a person doesn't choose you and it's affecting you this way, you aren't paying attention to yourself as much as you should. So they become kind of like the center of your world and your imagination. And the way you get over limerence is by not just magnifying the good parts of them, you have to magnify the bad parts of them. You also have to acknowledge why you got into that relationship and why you did not stop. Also, you have to stop putting yourself in this high moral ground just because you feel like you're evolving faster or you're a better problem solver. All that stuff doesn't matter. It takes two for a relationship to work. If you felt like you were taken for granted in the relationship, and let's say you guys try to make it work again, do you not think you guys are going to have to go back to these conversations? And if they didn't change, then how will you actually feel? You're going to feel dumb. So that to be continued feeling in your heart needs to be a to be ended feeling. It's done.